I really like trying different things, and over the years, I've tried lots of different jobs, tried lots of different projects. I have this idea when I have something that I believe will work, I kind of invest my time, invest my money, and I try it. I take a shot, and sometimes it pays off great. Other times it's kind of mediocre, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. So over the years, my I've been like all over the place. I've tried everything. Finance degree from the University of Connecticut. I had corporate sales jobs. Um, Succeeded in the corporate world. Basically achieved everything that anyone had ever asked of me. And one day, kind of woke up and just said, "I'm not happy with this. This is boring. I have my career. I could see what's going to happen from today until I'm 65 years old, and really that isn't appealing to me at all." So, we decided to move to Europe. So one night, we're vacationing there, looked at a house, bought a house on the spot, and ended up moving there. In Europe, tried out a lot of different projects, opened up an English language training program where I work with strictly businesses, training upper level management business skills. So communication skills, business skills, presentation skills, how to email, how to just kind of handle yourself in an English speaking environment, an English speaking business environment, and business etiquette and things like that. And that ended up being a huge success. I ended up working for some major multinational companies. Within a year and a half, I actually had 9 employees working for me. I was working full time as well, and basically the business was kicking butt. And it's just kind of how I work. Even when I have stuff going really well, half my brain is always looking for something else, just to try something different, to be a little bit more creative. And I remember one day I'm parked at a stop sign, waiting for traffic to go by, and I look to the right, and there's actually a pizza restaurant for sale. And I'm like, holy shit! I've always wanted to own a restaurant. So went, talked to the owner. It was a failing business. They're having all sorts of problems, basic staffing problems, marketing problems, just a disaster. And I'm like, what the hell? Let's buy it. So I ended up buying a business. I bought it with all the equipment, all the supplies. I inherited like 5 different employees and started running it. Never worked in a restaurant before in my life. Had no idea what I was doing. Of course, knew the basics and like the concept or the principles of the business of the restaurant business, but never actually did anything practically in it. And within 6 months, we turned the business around and turned a failing pizza restaurant into a profitable business. So did that. Over time, the pizza restaurant was improving, and the English business was just taking off. And it came down to I just simply didn't have time for my pizza restaurant, so I ended up selling it off. So I ended up making a profit on it, which is nice. But one of these days, I still want to do a restaurant again. What I really want to do is I want to do a car-themed restaurant, and that's actually what my goal was for the pizza place. I was going to kind of convert it into an automotive theme, make it really cool and really unique. And there's really nothing to compare it to because, there's nothing like what I have, conceptually in my head. Also, one of my failed businesses, me and my wife started a children's store. So selling kids' toys, kids' clothing, things like that. And that was a complete disaster. Rented a storefront down in the city, set it all up, looked nice, got some employees, got inventory, and it flopped, completely fell on its face. We misjudged the market, we misjudged the marketing, and lost a bunch of money. But at the end of the day, I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as I learned a bunch of ways not to run that type of business again. So those are a couple of different projects I had. Here in the States, tried a little handyman work. That was a successful business for me. I've grown up working on houses. My folks had investment properties that I kind of grew up and cut my teeth working on. And then, of course, the automotive stuff took off, and doing my shop took off, and this is kind of where my heart lies, my passion lies. So I'm kind of pushing forward with this. Of course, I always have other little projects and things in mind, and I'll probably get around to them. I'm just the type of person that it's money. It doesn't drive me. It's not about the cash. It's about seeing an idea work. It could be, all over the place, across the board. It doesn't need to be a specific field or industry. For example, I'm a huge history fan. I've actually started writing a book on American history, and I'm gonna self-publish it. I'm gonna put it out. If I sell 3 copies, that's a huge success for me. It's just seeing my idea work, see it function, and That's what gives me real joy. And with the shop, we're struggling. It's got its ups and downs. We've had some very good highs, some very bad lows, but overall, it's going forward. And I'm looking forward to the challenge of the future in the next year and growing the business and developing it and pushing it into a slightly different direction than most shops go. So I'm excited. That's a little bit about me and some of my businesses. I'm definitely all over the board. But again, what stayed consistent with me the whole time is just the word passion gets thrown around a lot and a little bit too loosely. It's that's what it is. I become passionate about one of my ideas, and I basically dedicate myself to that. And 9 times out of 10 it works. But again, it's just for me that personal satisfaction of succeeding at an idea that drives me.